Hi, this is a screencast to go over how to submit a pull request to the ArchivesSpace GitHub repository. Pull requests are a way to contribute code in a collaborative environment, and it's actually pretty easy once you know how to do it. The first thing you're going to need to do, obviously, is create a GitHub user account at github.com. And once you do that, just log in and go to the ArchivesSpace GitHub repository. This is where all the code for ArchivesSpace lives. So the first thing after you've logged in and gone to the ArchivesSpace GitHub page, you're going to need to make your own copy of the ArchivesSpace code. And in Git workflows, that's called a fork. So you select here, this button up here in the right-hand corner, fork, and you select that. And then you put that to the account that you want to have it. I have a couple of alternate accounts here, but I will put that in my cfits account. So what that does is it makes a copy of ArchivesSpace into my account so that I can edit and do whatever the heck I want to with the code and not actually have it in the actual official ArchivesSpace repository. Now, for this one, I'm going to show you how to do this to edit some documentation. Somebody pointed out that this page here, Tuning ArchivesSpace, has some broken links in it. So all the documentation that's on this github.io page, which is our technical documentation page, is actually in the code itself, and it's actually generated during the build process of the application. So to edit these links here, I actually need to go to the code, and I find the readme_tuning.md. This is the file. And I open it up and I can see this is the content, and I can see my broken links right there. So I need to change that. For something simple like documentation or small code changes, you actually don't need to pull that down to your computer and open it up in any kind of code editor or anything. You can actually just do this right in the browser. To do that, right here, there's an option in GitHub to edit this file, and I click that. And what this .md file is this is a markdown file, which is a really basic way of marking up documents for HTML. It's just a real simple way of making HTML documents. If you Google Markdown cheat sheet, there's a good overview of the basics of how to do Markdown. On this, links in Markdown are done by doing a square bracket, the link text that we want, close square bracket, parentheses, and then the actual link itself. You can see right here. So I can see this link is not correct. So I go to my WordPad that I have the actual links that I want to have it in there, and I paste that in. And I go down to this other link here, this running an external Solr that's also broken. And I copy in the correct values. Okay, so to do the saving, what I'm going to do is commit the changes. Now I'm only going to commit the changes to my copy of the ArchivesSpace code. So I have this is the commit message, which is just updating readme tuning.md, and I can put in here an additional comment, fixing some broken links. And I'm going to commit these directly to my master branch. So there it is. And then I can check that my links work. Yes. And then this one. Yes, those all work. Great. So now how do I get those changes that I just made in my code back to the ArchivesSpace code? That's the pull request part. So I go back to the main top level of my cfits.archivespace GitHub repository, and I can see that this branch is one commit ahead of the ArchivesSpace master, the clone from the repository that I cloned. So to make a pull request, I just click this big green button, new pull request. And most of the things that I need are just already there by default. The base fork, ArchivesSpace/ArchivesSpace, that's right. I'm going to push it to the master branch. cfits/ArchivesSpace, that's my repository, and I'm taking it from its master branch. So I look here, there's one file change with 2 deletions and 2 additions. Yes, 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 that looks all good. So I create the pull request. And then I can add some additional comments in here into the message that will be sent. So what happens is this then gets sent as an open pull request to the ArchivesSpace/ArchivesSpace GitHub repository. So the community will review this and eventually accept this, and it will be put into the code. And then eventually, when we do the next release on the build, that will update the github.io technical documentation page. So it's pretty straightforward and easy to do. Also look online, there's a lot of information and tutorials on how to do pull requests. And definitely if you have any questions, please feel free to send us any questions to any of the lists that we have. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing some pull requests. Thanks.